The third installment of the Big Fat Greek Wedding trilogy has arrived. And that's great because nobody asked for this. Yo, Andrew here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about 6 reasons not to watch this movie and 3 reasons to watch this movie. So stick around for my pros and cons list later on in this video. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you how this movie came to be. So Nia Vardalos wanted to go on a very expensive holiday to Greece, and she thought to herself, how do I make this all expenses paid and also somehow make it work related and also be tax deductible? And then she pondered. So she had an even brighter idea. She thought to herself, what if we make a third big fat Greek wedding? Do you think they'll fall for it? So she rings up Tom Hanks and she goes, hey Hanksy boy. That's what she calls Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. They're the producers in this movie. Oh, is Rita in the back? Say hi to her for me. Also, I just want to know, is there money you guys would like to launder? And then Tom Hanks was like, yeah, sure. And that, folks, is how this movie came to be. Nia Vardalos found a way to pay for a European holiday, and I say good for her. I'm not that smart. I used to think Foo Fighters was actually called Food Fighters. The plot of this film. Tula, played by Nia Vardalos, is on a mission to visit Greece for a family reunion. Her father has died and she wants to fulfill his dying wish to return his journal to 3 of his best friends that he grew up with in a tiny village in Greece. So naturally, Tula took all her family members to Greece except for her mother, who's suffering from Alzheimer's, because somehow she's a rich lady that can afford flights to Greece in 2023. Okay, so I'm gonna do the cons first and then the pros later. Con number 1. The mayor of the village is extremely annoying.
Married to my great yaya sister-in-law.
Here's how I think she got the role. Nia Vardalos goes, can we get Awkwafina? I need a comic relief. And then the producers went, she's Asian. You're Greek. And also she's quite expensive. We cannot hire her for this. And then Nia thought to herself, right. You know what? I have a cousin who's a student actor. Let's cast her. What's the worst that could happen? We only just wanted to pay for the holiday anyway. Con number 2. They really should stop calling this movie Big Fat Greek Wedding, because it hasn't even been a wedding since like part number 1. I see that they're trying to ride this IP as hard as they can. I see what you're doing, Nia Vardalos. I see it. Con number 3, the exaggerations. There's a lot of exaggerations of the Greek culture in this movie, which I understand is a trait of the Big Fat Greek Wedding franchise.
Who wants souvlaki?
Paging souvlaki. Anybody by the name of souvlaki on this?
It's still quite annoying because even Greeks are like, this is a bit much. Con number 4, everything feels forced. It's like some scenes that don't even need to be there were just added there. They just threw it in because I guess content stuff. Con number 5, majority of the jokes just fell flat. Con number 6, this one's in regards to the Alzheimer's that their mother has. Now, I don't think they needed to include this story. They could have stayed away from this story because it's such a serious subject that I feel like they needed more emphasis. They needed to intertwine it a lot more into the story or leave it out entirely, because it's such a serious issue that affects a lot of people all around the world, and I just don't think they should mix it in with a comedic bit. Now, this is just a movie. I understand that. I'm just saying that when someone with Alzheimer's drifts in and out of reality, sometimes they remember things vividly and then sometimes they forget those things. But in the instances where their mother, is cognitive enough to remember everything, she will miss her family who are now in Greece without her. She would feel neglected and left behind. And I just think that they didn't think about the real world implications of that specific scene. But I know the whole thing was done with a good heart. They just wanted to raise awareness about the disease, but I feel as though they didn't do it the right way. And now I'm not the professional who can figure out the right way to do it. I just know that it's not something that you can just casually throw in there, because it is a serious issue, but you cannot mix comedic bits with it. I just don't feel like you should. And if you are gonna mix comedic bits with it, make it absolutely hilarious. That's all I'm saying. You know what? I'm gonna throw in a 7th con. Everyone's acting career in this film seems like it's fizzling out and they were just phoning it in. It's like they did it for the holiday and the sweet paycheck. Okay, finally, let's do the pros. Pro number 1. We get to see Greece a little bit, and Greece is spectacular. This could have really been a tourism commercial for Greece. Easily. Pro number 2, and this one is not from me directly. I've spoke to a couple of Greeks and they said the soundtrack was a big pro. So tell me in the comments if you agree with that. I have no idea. Pro number 3. This movie brought a lot of Greek families together, and that's nice. Okay, this pro is a bonus. See this auntie right here? She needs more screen time in my very strong opinion. More screen time. I love seeing this lady. Okay, so my thoughts on this movie. Look, I don't think people go out of their way to make bad movies, and if they did, this would be that movie. However, I'm in full support of all the crew members in Greece that helped make this film. Jobs were had, families were fed, and that's a very strong positive in my opinion. I also really enjoyed seeing all the Greek families and ethnic people alike, especially those ones that brought their Asian parents, just purely reminiscent, and that was very beautiful and sentimental. Those families will always remember these moments for the rest of their lives. And that's my 2 cents. I'm really sorry for being super harsh to this movie, but it's really bad. It is still watchable, especially if you're Greek, but it's not a good movie. And it's unfortunate to say, if this video brought you any value, please like and subscribe. You probably won't, and I understand that. But I will see you in the next video. Peace.